What's up, guys? I'm Jonesy, and welcome to another Supercast. I'm here with Taylor.
Hey, guys.
And Alex.
Hey, guys. I didn't realize
me.
it was a...
You put on your goddamn funny voice. It's time for the chuckle bucks to get it. There you go. Hey, guys.
So... and suddenly it's a Smodcast. You hear Kevin Smith in the back.
Just hear the light click.
So you know what I say.
Okay, so we'll just start off real quick.
Okay.
Do a little round table.
Round table.
And we'll state our favorite superhero and then our favorite villain, and then that literally has to be like the only thing comic book related.
Okay.
And then
Sorry we suck, guys. We don't.
it's fine. People don't actually want to hear me talk about comic books.
Okay, good.
Like, it's a comic book channel, but
they're-
nobody cares. Okay, so I think I've said mine before, but my favorite superhero is Green Arrow,
I see. Yeah.
and because I picked up his stuff, like I first started reading him because of Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams way back in the day, doing the Green Lantern, Green Arrow stuff. And then my favorite villain is Joker, because he's crazy, but he's cool. So, how about you, Alex?
My dad was partial to Green Arrow as well. I like... I don't know if it counts, but I like Rorschach as far as like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, like literally,
and
any, yeah. Does not. It doesn't have to be like DC or Marvel. You can be like, my favorite superhero is Spawn. I'm like, okay.
And I mean, my favorite villain, I guess. Oh man, I don't know.
It's hard for me. I think all of the Batman villains are really, like, not all of them, but like a majority of the really good villains come from Batman. For me, like the memorable ones anyway. Because I was going to say Joker too. Joker or the Riddler is my favorite like villain. Like, I like both of them a lot. My favorite hero is Captain America. That's right.
I would have never thought that.
I love Captain America. We went to go see The Winter Soldier, and like we went to go see it late too. And for some reason, I hadn't spoiled it. Somehow, I hadn't got it spoiled for me at all. So I went in there, and then as soon as it became like clear, like in the theater, I literally was like,
Yeah, she
Bucky! No, Bucky! Not the Bucky! Oh my God, no!
Which is so funny because I'm glad you weren't talking to me at the time.
Yeah.
Not like you weren't talking.
That's right. We were in a fight.
For a super fight, like rage fight.
Yeah, real.
But I'm glad you hadn't mentioned that to me because I'm really bad about spoilers.
I mean, I wouldn't have been mad about it. Like, I don't care about like if shit gets spoiled for me. But like for some reason, I just hadn't. Nobody had posted about it. I hadn't seen anything. I hadn't gone looking for it. So I was like, yeah, I want to go see the fucking new Captain America movie, of course. And then in the theater, like like there's that scene. He goes to like the museum where it's got Bucky in it, and I was like, oh no, Bucky. There's a Bucky. Oh God. And then in the theater, I was just like, oh my God, it's my Bucky. Oh, not my Bucky. Like I just like lost it. I was so excited. But anyway, yeah. So there you go.
My
Captain America.
my least favorite superhero.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Is Captain America?
Well, Captain America and Superman.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just the
I don't like
goody
Superman
two-shoes thing
either.
burns me.
Yeah.
It does, and really they all kind of do it. But like my favorite example is like Lex Luthor. Like no matter how many times Batman or Superman stops Lex Luthor from doing something, he's gonna do it again. Just fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Like the Joker always escapes Arkham Asylum somehow.
It's the worst prison
Why do
system.
you keep
Stop
putting it
wasting so
there?
much money.
It's because they're like, well, we can't kill off anybody or else that would like destroy the franchise.
But like Batman, stop buying suits. Invest in the fucking prison.
Yeah.
Because they're seriously underfunded and people keep escaping. Like,
That's a real question I have. But go ahead. Sorry.
Well, they don't even have. Does Gotham City even have a prison, or is it always just Arkham Asylum?
It's just
I think
asylum.
it's the asylum. Yeah.
Just put them in the asylum.
Everybody gets put in the crazy
These
house.
fuckers are crazy.
You're like, oh.
There's no Iron Heights like.
There's no
freaking-
Azkaban to put them in.
Yeah, no, it's just.
It seems you didn't pay your traffic ticket. You gotta go to the asylum.
You gotta go to the asylum.
You crazy motherfucker! You don't pay your parking ticket. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask. That's a real question. Like, other than Uncle Ben, who defo died in Spider-Man, like, are people like who? Are there any examples of people that have really died? Like, actually popular characters that they've killed off in any like. You know, it doesn't have to just be DC or Marvel, like an Image or anything.
Oh yeah,
Although I would posit, like, and they didn't revive it in an alternate universe.
Right.
Right. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, because if they die there, they just resurrect somehow on Earth too.
Right. Well, like Sherlock Holmes. He killed Sherlock Holmes, and then people were so pissed. He was like, "Just kidding, he's back," but then he killed him again. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, in creator-owned stuff, they'll kill people a lot
Yeah.
just because, yeah, they have to do that. I
But-
mean, technically, like, you think about, like, Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
they made that into a graphic novel.
Uh-huh.
So technically, that's a comic book series where people have definitely
Which
died and not
everyone
come
says
back.
that.
I heard a podcast on the WTF, Mark Maron's podcast, and he interviews one of the guys involved in that.
Oh, in the creation
Yeah.
of the graphic novel
Yeah, I was
itself?
going to mention it to you. But,
Oh,
So
sweet.
here we are.
Yeah, it's great.
Here we are.
That's awesome. I would totally... You should link that to
Oh.
me.
Okay.
And no, I was thinking Walking Dead. That guy.
Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah,
course.
because that was originally a graphic novel,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
the guy
because
who-
Robert
the guy
Kirkman
who
did it
did-
as a...
Yeah, Robert Kirkman.
Was it a book first, or was it a graphic novel first? Because now
It
he
was
has
a
everything.
I think
believe
it
it
was
was
a
a
graphic
graphic
novel
novel,
first.
yeah.
As a comic book thing.
Because now it's everything.
Because he says
Yeah,
he
his
created
books.
it because he hadn't been successful at all, but he was always frustrated with zombie movies because they end and when they're still zombies. So
Right.
it's like, how do they live on for the next year? Like,
Yeah.
you stop
Don't
mid-story.
worry
What are you
about
doing?
it.
It's like they either die or they fix the zombie problem. What happened?
Yeah, and so I wanted to sort of
Limbo.
scratch that itch.
Yeah, I do like the comic book way better than the show. That's for sure.
I never liked the show. I watched the first episode and I was just like, I just never got into it
Yeah.
ever. So I've never really watched it.
I never. What?
I watched up until the prison, and then
Yeah,
I
and
just
then
stopped. Yeah, I was like,
it's just too
yeah.
much to. I never liked Game of Thrones or Walking Dead's show
Yeah.
because it seems like they took something that was, either fantasy or like, zombie apocalypse, really cool genres, and like made the TV show into like All My Children or General Hospital.
Oh, my children!
It's a soap opera, like
Yeah, it fits the soap.
yeah, it's just like
The
these people.
scene ends with Sean Bean's face just being like very like intense. His wife like, who was that murderer in our house? And he turns and he's just like, "Brrr." Next scene, Jon Snow. Oh, no, the fuck's going on? Next scene, like,
Yeah, but just, honestly, you're making fun of it, like.
But that's really
But that's
what
really what happens. Yeah. You see Sean Bean's head on the floor. His head's been chopped off, and he's still just like.
that was
And he
Duh.
just looks up. To
That's
them,
the
I'm
thing.
pregnant. Fade to black.
I watched the first season of Game of Thrones. Like, I made it through pretty much. Like, I don't really remember everything that happened. But literally, I knew Sean Bean was gonna die. I knew he was. I knew
course.
it
Sean
because,
Bean
of
always
course. But
That's
as
his
soon
thing.
as soon
That's
as
his
they
thing.
fucking did
Yeah.
it, as soon as they did it, I checked out. I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
not doing this. That was the only character I gave a shit about. And I'm done. I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? The rest of these fuckers suck. Like, who wants to watch this shit?
Did you guys hear of a video game called Colot?
No.
It's really cool. It's his last project that he did so far. He did a voiceover in the game.
Oh, his character dies, right?
Well, his character's already dead before you even start the game.
Oh well, thank God. Thank God for that.
Maybe you don't know
He
because you're
sticks to the theme.
Because you're still trying to figure. It's basically there's a story about in Russia about these people who were in the Siberian mountain ranges, and they disappeared, but then people went up to investigate as to where they were, and they saw like tracks, they saw blood, they saw all kinds of stuff, and they don't know if these people were like brutally murdered by an animal or a person or what happened. So the video game actually like has you're in like a first person mode, and you go into the mountains and you collect scraps of paper and stuff to figure out what's going on, and all the while
Go ahead.
all the while you like see the things like supernatural instead of person or animal. It's like demons and stuff. Yeah, and so you're going through all this, and then at the end of the game, like you've only still picked up so much information that it's kind of ambiguous as to who you were, because you were never given a name or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Alright.
But you've heard Sean's voice throughout the game, but he's never been identified as who his character is. So you're not sure if you were like the girl in the game who was with the scavenging team, or if you're Sean's voice or whatever, who was probably murdering people. Like, you don't know. So you don't know if like you were either going up there to investigate, or you were basically just giving everyone a tour of all the murdering you did, but you have these demons here who still want to kill you anyway. It's really weird.
My guess was that it was a crossover with Benicio del Toro's movie Wolfman. That's what had happened. That Benicio del Toro,
I was gonna say,
as the Wolfman, had just killed everybody. I think that's right.
But wasn't Wolfman like loosely based on real events? Because Kolat is actually based on an actual disappearance in the Siberian mountain range. And I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. It probably maybe it is.
Like at least inspired by. Yeah. Like, maybe pulled from. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a weird game. I was watching Markiplier play it. He's like, I gotta run now. Oh, what was that? Hey, geez, Mark, calm down.
Jesus, Mark, it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
I was supposed to go across here because I'm a big dum-dum and I couldn't figure it out.
I'm so stupid.
Every Markiplier video ever.
That was something I was watching. I went to his channel, and then anytime I don't really like to watch his Let's Plays. Honestly, I'll watch every once in a while. I will, yeah. But I like to see his vlogs just because, I don't know. There's something really funny about just seeing him as a person. It's nice.
I thought you were specifically talking about when he cries or something.
I love to watch him just lose it. It's so funny to me. I love it. It also makes me tear up too. I'm like, it's okay, bro. I want to give you a hug. But he does. It's so funny because every video where it's the thumbnail is him just crying. It starts out the same. He's like, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just gonna watch this and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be an okay time. Click, start the video, right? And then 30 seconds in, oh my god, guys, I'm sorry, I'm already blubbering like a baby. I can't. Oh my god, it's he has no control over it. It just flows out of it. It's hilarious. But I clicked on some video there's no game or whatever.
Oh yeah.
What's that? And I didn't watch hardly any of it, but I scrolled down to the first couple of comments, and they were all Mark just really annoyed me in this video. All he does is scream. I'm done. I was like, Jesus, guys, Jesus. Which is funny because that's a critique he often gets away from his channel, people who are fans of other Let's Players. They'll go, I don't like PewDiePie and I don't like Markiplier because it's just a bunch of yelling. It's not really funny. It's over the top reactions but I've never seen it on his actual channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I haven't been there a whole bunch. But I was I found that really interesting. I was like, so why the fuck? I mean, but this is kind of what he always does, right?
Right.
He's just over the top reactions. So what? Why is this this is the line in the sand, dude? I'm not doing it anymore. Really? I don't know.
It seems in order to be a Let's Player, you either have to be super freak out, like Pewds or something like that, or you have to be super super mellow. It's
true, but that's the thing.
Cry.
Yeah.
Cry. I'm telling you, when you're watching Dandelion, Cry freaks out. He freaks the fuck out. It's hilarious. He gets so invested in.
I need to watch the rest of it.
In Bunny Boys. It's awesome.
I love it. No, but that's an interesting thing though that you say that they have to be overreacting. I'm a big Game Grumps fan, and some of the most famous funny moments on that show are literally Aaron losing his goddamn mind because something ridiculous happened in the game. There's a moment in Sonic 06 or whatever where Knuckles glitches out and he get stuck on the ceiling and John's there and he's just oh no, and then Aaron just gets up and leaves the room and he's like, no, I'm done, I'm fucking done. He just loses it and starts screaming, what is this? What is this? And that's hilarious. And when they're fighting Silver and it's just it's no use, it's no fucking use. Those are the moments that you remember. So it's even though they have a fan base and they're not always that intense,
right.
It does seem even those high reactionary really over the top moments are what people remember the most. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know. I just think it's funny that these Let's Players get so much flack for being over the top when it seems that's really what people like. Those are the most funny moments. Spread out, maybe it's better, but
honestly, people who think that they give them flack for that kind of stuff, they must not actually play video games.
Right.
They must just watch Let's Plays.
Yeah. What are video? I don't know.
Because, come on, we were over here playing Snowboard Kids the other night, and it's just you fucking Linda!
God damn it, Linda, you cunt. I knew it. Like, that was basically what we're doing. Yeah.
And Nancy. Ugh.
Oh my god, Nancy, you whore. Wendy, get the fuck out. Like, and it was high misogyny. That's all we did. We didn't attack. No, we attacked Tommy too. His big fucking nose.
Tommy. I love Tommy.
I know.
He's just, you have to be really good at the game, and I wasn't
You
good.
have to be really good at the game.
He's like, literally, you cannot hit a wall. If you hit a wall with Tommy, it's like, okay. Ka-ching. 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 Go!
I'm good there.
I can, like, take that and I can squeeze it down when I...
I'll squeeze it.
So, God, why is he peeking the mic so much?
Very free to peek. We're all loud people, except for Alex. Alex is very subdued.
That's cool. It's a balance. We need that, because otherwise we'd just be screaming into the mic for an hour.
Like peaked, like the whole of the
You can look at the recording. You're like, clearly Taylor and Ryan are talking, and then there's Alex just trying to go.
whispered. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, normally if I get too high, it's like just for a split second, I just reduce the volume down to like 90%. But if it's just me and her, it's like 45%.
45, 30. Just give them 30. Oh man. No, but yeah, I think that I don't know. With party games, especially, like if you've ever played Mario Party.
Oh my god, why would you not
you're
scream?
Gonna freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
Eventually.
or like WarioWare.
Yeah.
I don't really play party games. At some point, I played some Mario Party with Robert and his now fiance or now wife, and someone else. I can't remember. I think it was probably Trevor.
Yeah.
And I was in last for the whole game. And then, like, because Robert was in the lead, right as he started to get it, I, like, basically took all of his stars, and I just, like, fucked him so hard.
And you guys didn't talk for 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, he screamed at everyone. Like, he lost his shit. He lost his shit, screamed at everyone, fucking, about how, like, we don't respect it. Like,
Yo, respect
like,
me!
it got
like,
real.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my
that's what
God.
Mario Party does. Like, that's
Yeah.
what it does.
Yeah, ruins friendships.
Oh my god,
My
Monopoly's the
favorite-
same way, too,
My favorite party game, though, is Dokapon Kingdom.
God.
Easily.
Oh.
Dokapon Kingdom.
I
Yeah.
can't. The
So good.
few moments I played that, I was just like, I was like, I can't deal with this. I can't. It was just like stealing my
can't
shit.
even.
I can't deal with that.
It's like the
I'm
most
trying to
cutthroat
can.
version.
It's awful. It's awful.
But it's so cute. It's so cute and
No, just cat.
adorable. And brutal.
I gotta go put this thing away. Yeah, I've lost. Oh my god!
I think she broke the cat.
I lost a lot of friends playing the. I think it was like Super Mario World 3 or something. That was the remake on the Wii. Remember that, where like you were playing as Mario and Luigi at the same time?
Yeah.
And like you had to work together, or because it was like side scrolling, and you could like jump on each other and screw each other over. Yeah, we were playing that one summer, and it was just a bad idea because I was playing it with my stepdad and one of my friends, and it's like the 3 most competitive people stuck in a house playing that game. It's just bad. Did I tell you about Portal Stories? I don't know if I was over here last time I saw it. Portal. It's a fan-made game, but it looks exactly like Portal, and it's called Portal Stories Mel. And you remember, I don't know if I thought they had mentioned Mel before, but Mel was like this character who was with the original person, and she was some kind of reject for something. But they actually have like you go back in time and like watch your first person as Mel playing the game.
Nice.
And of course it's like a freaking, I guess they realized that in order to make a fan-made game of Portal, they had to really step it up. So there's like 1% of every single map that you can actually lay portals on. And pretty much everything involves the goo. Like the blue and the orange goo. It's really frustrating. What's up with your Squirtle shirt?
I ride it with my surfboard. I love this shirt.
What was that? There's another Squirtle shirt I saw at Comic-Con. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Ninja Squirtles. That's
Oh,
right.
beautiful.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtles.
Like all of these shirts, I have like several like sweatshirts and just fucking like tank tops like this. They all come from that site Rage On, which is basically like, I don't know, it glorifies weed a lot and drugs. Like, it's just a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
But it's pretty amazing. My favorite, I have one, it's an art drawn of Kirby, and he's all blown up. Inside of Kirby is like Mega Man and Mario and Peach, and like all of them inside of them, just like, like it's the best.
I believe they have a shirt with the Mona Lisa smoking a joint.
That's awesome.
I'm almost certain that exists.
That's great.
Absolutely. You can get a pillow that's just like weed nuggets. I think there's like one that's like, they do them a lot with shirts or what, like cereal stuff, like cinnamon toast like blunts or whatever, where it's like just like the chef holding a blunt, his eyes are super red, and on a tray it's just a whole bunch of blunts. Like, it's just stuff like that, like, or it's just like, Jesus Christ, you guys, what's the best? I'm like, I wish I could still smoke weed.
They need to work that in with like Cookie Crisp.
But yeah, that's what it's like. But I can't buy those shirts because then it's like, if I didn't have a kid and I was like, had no life and I could just sit around and smoke weed all day,
Yeah.
I would totally buy every single one of them.
I never want to actually wear those shirts anywhere. I even have, like, when I worked at a place that I won't actually say.
Somewhere.
When I worked at a health food store, you know, you got free swag from people a lot because it was like,
Right.
you know, the spokesperson for the brands and stuff coming in,
And they give you free
teaching you
shit.
about their problem. Yeah, they give you free shit all the time. And at one point, the Ziggy Marley's hemp seed line,
That's awesome.
like a quart. It's, I mean, they're, you know, it's hemp seeds and hemp seed oil and all kinds of different products.
Yeah.
But they give you this. They gave us T-shirts that are made of hemp that have Ziggy Marley's face on it with his hat. And it says "Hemp Rules, Mon."
Yeah.
And then on the back is a freaking hemp leaf.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
can't
like,
wear that shit.
yeah. And it's like, well, it's really funny because you could totally wear that at the health food store.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But they, you know, I didn't want to walk around in public with it. Like, that's usually like that's my Saturday morning, like, I gotta go do stuff around the house shirt now.
I gotta do housework.
Yeah. Also, they, for some reason, only had an extra large available, so I've always just kind of like...
It's actually just a dress.
Man, I get so excited when I accidentally find like an extra large shirt lying around. Because it's like, man, I'm gonna be so comfortable today. No, like, seriously, like, I hate the feeling like when I was gonna mention this earlier. I hate the feeling when, like, I just done laundry the other day, so all like my pants were washed and everything, and then you put your pants on, and for the first couple hours you can't tell if like either it's just because you just washed them or like you suddenly can't fit them anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so you're like trying to like stretch the seat of the pants
you're like,
out.
I like do that like where you like bend down and
this
wiggle.
Because I've had a couple moments in my life where I had the sudden realization, like literally, I hadn't worn one specific pair of pants in maybe like 2 weeks. And it went from fitting it to not fitting. I'm like, what is wrong with me? It's a terrible
That's the
feeling.
worst. I cry when that happens.
Because I mean, like, sometimes still, like, you can't tell. Because sometimes if you wash something and then you leave it for 2 weeks, then it'll take like a whole day to stretch the pants out. That's why I don't.
That's why we don't wash pants.
That's why you never wash pants. Thank you.
Fuck pants.
That's what I've been trying to say.
But you really need to wash those.
Even though I got dirt on my ass, you never wash the pants.
It looks like you just like sat down in mud and like
Well, that's the other part
twerked
of
a
it.
little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You did like a Hercules.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Working on my Miley in the mud.
Getting dirty.
New single coming out. Check it out. No, don't check it out. It's not happening.
Please don't.
It's called Miley in My Woes.
Oh, shit. Came in like a Miley twerk all up in that mud. Fucking that's what happened.
Oh my god, make it actually. What?
Oh my god, it's actually a really good idea.
Really bad ideas that you think are good.
I mean, that's all of my ideas, honestly. Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, mine too. It's okay. I was recording the 5 steps to being a superhero in real life video the other day. And I hate those moments where you commit to something. It's like you have this really good original idea. You're like, I'm gonna do this, and then you're like, getting into doing it. You're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is
Like,
shitty.
nobody likes this. Like, I literally had to do that video 3 different times. And it's like a 13-minute long video.
It sucks.
And it's just, you're just sitting there, and then you're like looking at yourself in the camera. Because I have my
45 minutes in,
viewfinder
you're
turn
like,
around, and
I
you're
hate
like,
myself.
God, I look so stupid right now. you're fat. You're ugly. I was fat.
I was fat. I was fat. Burn the fat stains. Sorry. Oh my god.
Do you ever go back and watch old balloon shop
Yes,
videos?
all the time. Every once in a while, when I'm just having a really like fucking hard time in life, I'm like, you know what I need? Fucking Thomas Gore. That's what
Yes,
I need, and I just
yes.
go back and find it.
Let me show you how a real man eats a Oreo sandwich cookie.
Like, he was so fucking funny. Like, hey, cruising for a person. Like, just that video in general.
If anybody has no idea what we're talking about, just go look up on YouTube, look up Balloon Shop, and if you like stupid humor, we'll sit there and you'll binge watch it for hours.
I'm really like, it's sad, I guess, that Josh isn't involved really at all anymore.
I think he's alright though, because I
Yeah.
think he's doing production stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm really like, it makes me happy that Olin like kept on doing stuff and that Thomas is still around, because like Thomas is just the funniest fucking shit to me. Like, his videos just on his channel where he's like talking about fucking business and like Zane's Lanes and like shit like that.
Zane's
It's
Lanes.
so funny. I'm like so sad that like just put out video. Like, I don't care that nobody else watches them. Like, he's brilliant.
He gets like 300 views, you're like, that's fine.
No, he gets like 25,000.
Yeah.
It's like something like still pretty good, but not like
Yeah.
huge,
Not
you know?
Balloon Shop.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, like in that, and he's got to have like a job and a life and stuff, so I'm sure he doesn't want to just sit around and make like videos all the time, but still, like, that dude's just like comedic fucking genius to me. Like, he's so good. Like, fucking, you know what I call him? A dumpster. Because he's a dumb piece of trash. Like, that shit's just, I say that all the time. Like, you're just a dumpster. You dumb piece of trash. Like, it's just so quotable and good, and I'm like, fuck. But I'm glad that Olin's still around and like dragging him in to do stuff.
Well, I think Thomas is living up there now,
Yeah.
and he was almost gonna have to go back. But
Yeah.
do you follow him on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's talking.
I
about
replied to your comment. I did.
Oh.
I remember.
Oh! I didn't go back and check. 'cause
No,
I was-
you're fine. It's fine.
What
I
did
just
you-
said give this motherfucker a job right now.
Yeah.
Ooh. There you go. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Balloon shot.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. So guys,
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
How you doing?
good. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
You doing just fine now?
You know I is.
Mm-hmm. Sitting over there just looking pretty, man. Just looking so pretty. Whoa.
Oh god.
Hey!
You will fall out of that, no
Will I
matter
really?
how much you think that you won't, Alex.
You know,
Anyway.
It's one of those things where he leans back in it all the time, and then like the first time you ever lean back in it, you fall.
Oh my god.
Did you fall?
Yeah, he did eventually fall.
Oh,
You can
he
see.
did. Oh, I gotta remember to take those. Yeah.
Well, we fell on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Um.
So you will fall apparently. I was right in flinching.
I didn't break them, man. They're good.
Oh,
It's
it's
beautiful.
They're all good.
Perfect.
Fucking, I had like way too much fucking fun just recording those fucking videos on Saturday.
Oh really?
Like, it was just way too much fucking. I was just like, I was like, I don't even care if anybody ever watches them. Like,
Oh yeah.
just fucking put them out there. So much fun to fucking do. Like, who
Well,
cares?
I like doing stuff like that because even if nobody watches it, they at least know that I'm like a human being, not just some robot doing comic theater all the time. Because you don't see my face for that.
Yeah.
Straight up like Polaris style. Oh god.
No face cam.
Yeah. So I like doing stuff like that because, and I don't know
I feel bad though.
why.
Because I feel like you're not. I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna be able to salvage any sort of like video out of this shit?
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna take me hours. I mean hours because we did it so spotty. Like we were like, let's do this. Okay, now let's do this. Wait, we forgot to do an intro. Okay, I'll do the intro for the last thing we did, and then I'll do the intro for this thing now at the same time. We'll just do 2 different takes. And so like I'm gonna have to. The first thing I'm
splicing.
yeah. Whoa, yeah. Oh, always. Always, even like the comic theaters. Like you guys don't. I don't know if you've ever sat and watched a comic theater.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. It's not that good.
Go watch it.
But if you sit there and listen to it, you're like, man, this is really smooth. Like you get a couple breaks to watch the panels move in and out of the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, this is really smooth. Meanwhile, back behind the scenes, I'm sitting there like, and I do like different voices for everything too. So like Hackett's this like British dude who's like Green Arrow's bodyguard. And so I'm actually sitting there doing like a really deep Michael Caine voice.
Mashed up
Ollie,
Green Arrow.
you can't go with me. You're $14 million. And then like I'll mess up all his fucking lines, and you just hear me. Literally be like, Ollie, you can't do this. You have to. Fuck! And so for hours, I'm like, I see these little blips like in the audio.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's the fuck. Look, we can see it right now. Oh,
Yeah.
it's going away.
That's exactly what I'll do too. Is I use that as a cue. Like I go for the largest little things, and I'll cut those out first because I know that's me just screaming.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but now I think I'm gonna do Lumberjanes on that next. I don't know if you guys have heard of that before. It's a
Sounds
kind
like a porn.
No, it's
sounds
not
like-
actually. It's not. It's actually it's a lot like it's kind of like Adventure Time, kind of because
right.
there's like Adventure Time can get really obscure and you're like
Uh-huh.
I'm not really sure what the plot is.
What's happening?
Yeah, that's most of it. I'm sitting there being like,
Yeah.
I'm deeply uncomfortable. I'm not sure why. What's
Right.
happening?
But it's like that cartoony feeling. But it's like these 5 girls who are at a summer camp for girls, and they right. It sounds like a porno.
Yeah.
But then it's like through Boom Studios and like super colorful and looks like Dexter's Laboratory drawings and stuff, or like Powerpuff Girls.
After that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, hey, those were the days when I was just figuring out what that was, and like
So that probably happened.
and Sailor Moon, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She made me imagine things.
Whoa.
Damn you, Sailor Moon.
That and like that was like my first introduction to being able to like surf the web on my own.
Yeah.
It's a terrible time.
Yeah.
It's a dark age.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Like for those moms, any moms coming across this listening,
Who have children in the range
if-
of
safe search.
22
Safe
to
search. And on top of that, figure that
yeah,
out.
to anything from like, literally like it's getting lower. Like I remember they were telling you like, oh, you will start to experience all these things when you become a teenager. I'm like, are you serious? Because I got all that when I was 10.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, moms with sons like 9 and up, we'll just say to be safe.
Ready.
To
Prepared.
make a curve.
It's happening.
Limit their time on the internet and put it in a public place.
Also,
yeah,
just
I'm
like
almost certain that I discovered porn at the age of 9.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 8 years old.
On
yeah,
AOL.
I remember that.
yeah.
No, my first introduction to porn was the strangest ever. Was because we moved into that new house.
Tentacle bukkake shit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That was always what I was into. Actually, not too long after that did I give my first foray into that. But I we moved into this new house, and for whatever reason, we didn't have Showtime, right? In the rest of the house, but in my room, Showtime came on. It was Channel 6, and it was like late at night, and I found it, and it was just softcore porn. It wasn't anything like real,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was my first, and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then after that, I was just obsessed.
And then
And
you
it
watched
was
The
done.
Room.
And then I watched The Room.
It was on Showtime as well.
I
But
just can't forget how lovingly he shot his own ass.
I know, right? He was all
So
up in
loving.
himself.
that's the best belly button sex I've ever seen.
Ooh.
Yeah. Balls deep in that belly button.
I was gonna ask though, what is the creepiest cartoon that you've ever what's the creepiest that sticks out the most in your mind? Because we were talking about Adventure Time, which does get a little unsettling creepy, but I don't think it's that creepy. I think it's
Right.
pretty still lighthearted and fun. But it's definitely got, influences of creepy fucking cartoons that you watch. If you've ever caught Cartoon Network, even when we were in high school and stuff,
Oh, man.
it's just cartoons kind of took this weird, it's not really unsettling and creepy, it's not like
Right.
Rugrats, you know what I mean?
Right.
Super Jail strikes me as an
Super Jail was so weird.
Yeah.
That was on Adult Swim, right?
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
it was.
Yeah, it was.
What would classify? Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
It's definitely creepy. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It counts.
Superhero's weird.
Yeah,
I
it
think-
is.
I mean, I loved it, but
Yeah.
God, if I
I
was
did
brain
not.
fucked by the end.
I did not, because I would
You didn't?
every time I watched it, I was like, I don't.
I
Like
loved
I couldn't
it.
transition into doing anything else. Like
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
It made you feel like you were super stoned no matter what you were doing. You were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on, man?
Whenever I watch stuff like that, I love feeling uneasy. That's why I love, like, I don't like horror movies where it's like all about jump scares. The Shining still scares me today. Just because it's like,
I haven't seen The Shining.
oh dude, it's so good. Psychological thrillers are the best because you're not gonna get like that crazy like thing coming out and then like nightmare sequences flashing.
The fucking Grudge trailer.
Yeah.
Just loud noises.
Or like, do you remember that movie that came out like 3 years ago, The Collection, or whatever?
No.
It was literally like the trailer was like you see like these teens at a dance party, like a rave club.
Oh god.
And then like the guy like flips a switch or like somebody triggers something and like this spike, like giant spike beam comes down and basically just swings down and wipes everybody out on the dance floor.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it was literally like the first horror scene of the movie was just an insane gore fest until only the main character was alive.
Fucking, that's like what, that reminds me,
Well, that sets the tone.
that
Yeah.
reminds me of like, when I watched the first Saw movie, which is kind of gory, it's got like a little bit, but it's still like, it's the best, in my opinion, of the,
But it's
like,
still
the,
psychological thriller.
right, because there's a lot in it where you're just like, oh my god, it's just creepy, you know?
Yeah.
And then like the second one was like whatever, but I've only watched first, second, and then for some reason we rented the sixth a long time ago. And that opening scene is literally just like screaming and hacking off arms and cutting off stomach fat,
Yeah.
and it's just like, seriously,
Yeah, you get-
this is what this is? Like,
It's
oh
not.
my
It's
God.
not. All you see is like that, but you don't see like. It would be cooler if it's like, oh, you have to hack off these limbs and cut off this belly fat because if you don't, I have like this just trigger switches and you all actually just burn alive anyway.
Right.
Like something like it's either or situations in Saw that make it so weird.
It's like the first one, it's like whoever cuts off the most
Yeah.
gets to live, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I don't know
That's
though.
scary.
It's like, it is scary, but it's for the opening fucking scene, like that's what you're opening with. It's just this intense, like fucking like loud, like I feel like that shit is better if you build up to it. Like, you know, where you're like already unsettled and like you
Yeah.
get to that point, but like if that's like already, you know, you're in for like, this movie's just a shock and fucking horror. Like it's just gross at that point to me. I didn't like it.
Oh, I see. The thing I would do, like a situation like that, is like you make the first 5 minutes like so intense that you're just like, "What just happened?
Yeah.
I just got here. I'm still eating popcorn." Okay.
Well, I guess
And-
you have to think too. Like it's the sixth movie of the franchise.
Oh,
so
you're,
they
oh,
have
so
to-
you're still talking about the sixth movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sixth movie just sucked.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
But like a horror movie that opens up like 28 weeks later,
Yeah.
where everything just goes to shit out in the cabin,
Uh-huh.
and it's fucking intense, and then like the next 45 minutes is just them building up to something else that's actually going to be scary.
Right.
Like I love that because
That's
like
fine,
the
yeah.
first 5 minutes you're like, oh god, where am I?
I want to live.
And then like after that, the next scene is like super calm, like
It's like,
nothing
I need-
could possibly
I need
happen.
chill. Please chill.
But then like nothing else really bad happens until the end,
Uh-huh.
and the end is just like way 1,000 times worse than that opening scene.
Holy fuck.
But no, I liked the original, like the first few Saw movies because
Yeah.
they were like that's like the worst thing for me was the part where the dude like I can't remember if it was a dude or chick, but in order to get like the number that they needed for whatever, they had to stick their hand up in that contraption where basically it was spikes
It's the
laid out
second
like
one,
this. Yeah, and you stick your hand up in it and you grab it, but then in order to pull it back down, you're going
gotta-
to have to take all those spikes and it's gonna like
Rip your
shove-
skin off, yeah.
Yeah, rip your skin off and like that's awesome.
Yeah, because like that's like real. Like, you know, like it's not real, but you know, it's not just straight up like blood everywhere and
Yeah.
like awful. It's like real. Like you could see like if I had to do something like that, you know, is that worth the like? It's not so much that it's just like overload where you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut off from this. I don't want to even be attached to this. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You still can create something gory. You just have to actually put story
Right,
behind it.
like- It's gotta be a reason for
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
That's gory as shit.
Uh-huh.
Or House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. That's his Rob Zombie movies. Those are usually pretty gory. Definitely nude at some point.
We were talking about Paranormal Activity the other day,
Ugh.
where I don't really, like, the only one I really had any sort of enjoyment for was the first one.
Yeah.
And it was the reason that I enjoyed it, though, was not because I thought, oh, wow, this is just, like, really, like, great. You know, it was just more that in that time frame, all of the horror movies and stuff that were coming out were these jump scare fucking cheap, not even like, you know, it's not scary, it's like there's a loud noise and so you jump, you're like, ah, and then like when you look at it, it's like, that's fucking stupid, you know, like you don't really care. But that, like, I felt like they genuinely tried to make something like unsettling, you know, where it wasn't like, there wasn't blood, it wasn't gore, it wasn't anything like that, it was just like uncomfortable to watch at certain points. And I like appreciated it for that. I was like, thank God somebody did something, that it wasn't just this ridiculous. Like I was talking to Alex about the scene where the couple of scenes where she would get up in the night, you know, and it would you'd see it would be like the speed past, and then she would get up and then she would walk over the side of the bed and she would just stare at Mika like down at him, and then like they would time lapse again. And it would just go for hours, and she's just like sitting there staring at it. Like, I just remember being in the theater like, oh my god, like that's creepy as fuck. Like, oh god, you know, like shit like that, where it's like, oh, at least you like put some thought into this, you know, like, I don't know. But I was just so mad about horror films in that period of time anyway.
They ruined that franchise.
Yeah, definitely.
They had so much potential.
I've never really been into horror movies. Like, the first one I saw that I thought was like really good, like where I was like, oh, like I enjoyed watching that, was Ghost Ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like a million years ago.
Let's go back to Family Video and go get.
Like Ghost Ship, and then I just haven't really seen many since, and haven't really liked the ones that I have seen.
Yeah, it's such a weird industry now. Like, it's catered towards teenagers who haven't seen jump scares yet.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
And that's all it is anymore. That's why you have to really... I do want to see, though, the Babadook. I haven't gotten it yet.
I have seen very little about that movie, but I do know what you're talking about. But, like, I don't know.
Because,
like,
I mean, it's going to have its jump scares and everything in it, because it's just how the character is actually supposed to jump out at you.
Yeah.
But there's also supposed to be like a story behind it, like, you know, it's after the kid, the mom's trying to do everything she can, but in the moments of trying to protect her kid, she's going insane. So suddenly, like, I don't know, like, you could really do something crazy with that. Like, you've got the Babadook. Yeah, you've got the Babadook, like, attacking your child, but every time you try to defend your child from the Babadook, like, you go a little crazier. So, like, after a while, if you defend your child so many times, you eventually just turn into, like, something like the Babadook, and then you're, like, gonna murder your own child or something. This is a happy podcast.
Hey. I don't know. I've never been able to... Oh, go ahead.
My absolute least favorite scary movie would be Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, yeah,
because I just couldn't get with the premise. Like, so... Bit of a synopsis. Woman is doing her job. Someone comes up who is an irresponsible borrower. She says, I'm sorry, I can't loan you any more money. Right. And the woman curses her, and everything evil happens because of that.
Because she was doing her job.
Yeah, so there's no justification for the entire film of why she's being punished.
Right.
I'm just like, this is stupid. Like, some angry old hag can't pay her fucking bills. Like, what? Whose problem is that?
Right, exactly.
Yours now, bitch.
Yeah, I don't... Oh, yeah, so for the entirety of it, I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't want to...
I think the other one I really enjoyed, I think it was just called The Exorcism, not The Exorcist. And it wasn't like The Exorcism of Emily Rose. It was just like The Exorcism. But it was really cool because it was a Jewish demon.
Oh my god, do you like step on plates and like hold people up in chairs and have a lot of fun?
No.
Because that's like what I expect with Jewish people.
No, really good food. And...
Really good food.
But the guy had to actually go to New York to like a, what's it called? The community, like that whole stretch.
Oh,
it's like,
the Orthodox.
The ghetto.
No.
God. Racist!
I'm so sorry, Jewish people. I'm so sorry.
Man, I know what you're talking about.
But it's like
though.
the Jewish community.
Yeah, the Orthodox community.
Yeah, they have like a name for it, and so he had to actually go there and find like Jewish priests basically to like go with him and like do this
You had to
exorcism.
go fetch a
on his-
rabbi?
Yeah.
And the rabbis were just like, I don't know.
Well, it was-
we don't do this.
It was his daughter. His daughter basically got this thing that was like Pandora's box, basically. But there's a demon inside of it, and it's got like all of the demon's little artifacts, like a dead bug and an eye and a button. And I think it was like the name is like Abizo or something like that. And it was really weird. And she starts getting like freakier and freakier over time. It's the child eater, basically, is the name, like what the name literally translates from Hebrew. And so he has to go find a rabbi. And when he gets there, he's like, I had this demon, like my daughter opened this box, and they're all just like, you hear, like if you're in the theaters, like you hear the Dolby surrounds, doom. How far gone is she? Is she eating anymore? No.
No. Oh, fuck.
We can't help you. No! But it was like really
You're
interesting.
screwed.
Because you actually get like backstory on the demon and like why it became the child eater and what that means and how you get rid of it. And it's like, okay, this makes so much sense. Like, and it's really not that jump scary at all. Like the only time there's like actual horror moments is because like basically the thing is like made of bugs essentially, so you get like moths everywhere in the house.
That would freak me out.
Right.
I would cry.
So it's not like a jump scare, it's the suspenseful moment of literally there's 100,000 moths in your house flying around and you have no idea why. And literally, like, it's a creepy scene where, like, they all come out of the girl's mouth, but then she's still perfectly fine. It's just the demon fucking with people. Like, that's how you make things scary. Like, not... like, you take such stressful situations, I'm literally in that theater, like,
My
balls, leave it up, I can't.
I have a beautiful soprano voice now. Hello.
Hey! What's up? Listen!
Navi, no!
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, I was still thinking about the other day when we were doing the 7 seconds challenge. You're gonna tell me to
I
do
want you to do
Zelda.
all of the Zelda noises you can from Ocarina of Time in 7 seconds.
God, I couldn't do it in 7 seconds. I would have had to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything else was gonna be like Link sword noises, and that was gonna be it. And then like the bonus would have been like I would have done the Twilight Princess. Like my favorite part. Did you ever play that one? Oh my god.
We bought it one time when it was ported to the game. It was originally came out on the GameCube and then was ported to something else. I got it on the GameCube.
Yeah, it was originally on the Wii. Yeah.
I got it. The GameCube was for it.
Yeah.
I didn't play it for a long time. When I finally put it in, it didn't fucking work.
Oh.
I was like,
you should
fuck
still definitely
this.
try it out.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I hated it.
That's what
You
I said.
hated
That's
it?
Manny's favorite.
Why'd you hate it?
I really liked the atmosphere of like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, and just all the like pixelated, like all the blocky.
Polygons.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah.
all that stuff. It just took a lot away from me because I'm like, and
Yeah.
all of like the Twilight areas, I just didn't enjoy.
Right.
Didn't enjoy being the dog at all.
Yeah. Well,
And I played it on the Wii, which is really important for like why I don't like it because it's
Oh.
like fucking.
a lot of people, because a lot of people couldn't get
controls
used to
are-
that.
were-
Whereas,
I
like,
hate the Wii.
I
I can't take it.
prefer
It was like
that.
the first game I played on the Wii though.
Yeah,
me
me too. That and Red Steel.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first games that did come out for the Wii. It's literally just this Japanese game. You get to like, it's essentially teaching you how to use the Wii remote
Yeah.
because you
Red
set everything
Steel
up.
or Wii tutorial.
Swing your sword. Okay, he's dead.
Got it.
Fire your gun by pressing B and Z at the same time. It's like one's on the nunchuck and one's on the.
Oh.
Okay, cool, got it. But yeah, I liked But the bonus sound would have been from Twilight Princess. It's the very beginning when the farmer's running up to Link, and everybody has just like one word or one sound blips for like an entire word, and so his was as he's running up to Link's treehouse, he's like, "Hey, hey!" Like that's all he did. Oh god! Like blew up the mic.
Ridiculous.
Catches fire. They're sparking.
Whoa!
Oh man.
I love that game. But still, my all-time favorite Zelda game will always be A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. Because that was like my first introduction to fantasy world.
My first Zelda game is Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Did you ever go back and play A Link to the Past or Link's Awakening?
I played some some emulated.
Yeah.
And I mean it's good, it's enjoyable, but it doesn't feel like the same sort of thing.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's definitely different. But I loved that because that was like, it's just such a cool concept because you opened up this entire world, and then once you did, you could actually get into the castle. And once you got there, you realized like the evil wizard, essentially who would later become Ganondorf. But the evil wizard was like doing all this crazy stuff. You actually had to get the Twilight Mirror originally in that game, and every time you used it, it flipped you over into the Twilight world. But it was really cool because as you would climb up the stairs of the castle, if you used the Twilight Mirror, it would put you on certain cliffs on a mountain. And so it was a really cool mechanic where you're like, there's this secret area up here with like a treasure chest that you want to get. It's got some really cool item or like 300 rupees, and you're like, I need this.
I need it.
You had to figure out where you had to go on the stairs on the regular side to end up on that cliff when you hit the Twilight Mirror. It was such a cool mechanic. I loved it.
I'm just all about Ocarina.
I know you are.
Boring.
You are. It's like it's your life essence.
I mean, technically Bioshock is my life essence, but underneath that is Ocarina of Time, for sure. I think what's interesting about it is that even today, when I think about Ocarina of Time, I carry that. I mean, it's all nostalgia. I mean, I can fully admit it doesn't look very great right now, and it's not the best. It's probably not the best Zelda game, but...
What? Sorry, what?
It's like, when I look at it, right, from an objective perspective, right, I don't think that Ocarina of Time was the greatest Zelda game to ever exist.
I mean...
But it's still pretty fucking good. But at the same time, like, what strikes me the most about it is that even today, at 24 years old, I still think that game is massive. And it's really not that big, but when you're a little kid and you're playing it, and, like, you're not... Like, I wasn't great at video games. I'm still not the best at video games. But it just seemed like, you got those you gotta get the 3 stones, you gotta do all this shit, and then you got 6 dungeons to go through, then you gotta go through the final castle, and it just, because everything's so spread out and like an open world feel, it feels so big. You're like, oh my god, I guess, oh my god. But even I can't divorce myself from that, even now.
Well, the thing is, I mean, did you play Super Nintendo games before? Like any 2D side-scrolling games?
The first system I ever played on was a Genesis.
Okay, so you got maybe like Aladdin or Garfield or Sonic?
Yeah, I got Aladdin, I got some Red Spot.
Yeah.
I don't... Does anyone...
Yeah.
Does anyone...
Yeah.
So like that side-scrolling feel.
Platformer sort of
thing. So everybody who... That was the thing that... Why we will always remember that, like, anybody younger than us will be like, this is stupid. Why would you buy it on 64? This is dumb. But
Bitch.
Fuck you. I'm gonna kick you in the face, little kid. But when we all played the side-scrolling games, we'll always remember the feeling of the first time we played like Ocarina of Time, like Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64. Like they were all. It was just so far out there to suddenly have this. Hey, by the way, you can now play a 3D map. Wait, what? Oh my god! And so I think that's why.
Go behind stuff.
Yeah.
And around it, and over it,
and under it.
And maybe even under it, but you gotta glitch under the ground.
Or you gotta play a game where they have access to a shovel.
Oh yeah, shovels.
Sometimes. Occasionally.
I remember shovels.
But I mean, that's why I think, for as far as like revolutionariness,
that word.
Yeah.
And then all that other stuff, like, that's... Ocarina of Time's probably still, if not the best game, it's one of the best Zelda games because of the fact that the gameplay still holds true, and the fact that it was revolutionary. Twilight Princess, while it was cool and all, it was like, oh great, you get to play like a really nice 3D looking game on the Wii. It wasn't that revolutionary.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, the only thing that was like different was that you were using a different remote to target.
Yeah.
But like the concept
But it just felt like the game itself was treading water. Like it didn't really do anything.
Because it was too expansive. There's that, you gotta draw the line between how much world building do you want to do and how much is too much and everything like that. But I actually, it's funny you say Majora's Mask, because personally that's my least favorite.
Yeah. No,
It's really like that. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't love it, but I probably spent the most hours playing it.
Right.
Out of all the Zelda games I've played. So
the whole game is like a gigantic puzzle.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what pissed me off.
Yeah, I never finished it. I got like 3/4 of the way through and was like, I got something else to play. Like, I can't do this anymore.
And that and the boss battles. All I remember is there's one point where you're fighting somebody wearing the mask. I don't even think it was like the main person, but you're up really high on this like tower or something.
Yeah, the Skull Kid, like
Is that that pissed me off so bad.
Yeah.
And that's why I probably can't barely remember it, because it just scarred me for life. I was like, this is the worst boss battle I've ever had to go through. And now, like, you sit there and I'm like playing Bloodborne now. I'm like, this is the worst boss battle I've ever had to go through.
I don't know. I just think I can remember because I never owned Ocarina when I was little. It was one that I rented a lot, and I didn't actually, because you know me. The way that I play games is I start them, and then I beat them 10 years later. Like, that's what I do. So, I didn't beat Ocarina of Time fully. Like, I sat down, started it, and then beat it until I was like 19 years old.
Right.
But I can remember renting it a lot and playing through it and just being like really amazed by it. And then finally I was like, went to go rent Majora's Mask, and like at the very beginning of it, like just like not having the things from the last game and it's still looking so similar though.
Yeah.
It just was like, when I opened, I was just like, this isn't what I wanted,
Right.
Like it was just like kind of a big like letdown for me in that way. But I mean, ever since then, when you actually play through it a little bit more, I don't think it's bad. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just a different thing because the whole thing is on this time limit, and you have to know when to go back and you have to get all the masks and you got to do that. And it's like, you have to have the bigger picture to sort of do it. It's hard. I don't know how anybody figured that shit out without watching somebody do it beforehand, without the internet.
That was the problem, is I didn't have the internet then.
Right.
I didn't have it, so I got stuck at some point. It was like, I got other games. I don't need to do this.
Right.
I don't need to do that. I don't need this shit.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought the problem was with that one. It wasn't what I was expecting, and then it was just like because I was already pretty stupid, as we've discovered today. I'm already pretty stupid. So I just was like, I can't figure this shit out. There's no way.
Did you guys see the trailer for the Final Fantasy VII remake?
No, I did not.
It's awesome.
Is it?
I mean, there's nothing there, but...
There's nothing there. It doesn't matter. It's just like, it's just the words, Final Fantasy VII, bitches.
Oh, like,
remade. Get the fuck ready.
Yeah,
prepare your asshole.
Literally,
okay?
the end of the trailer is just says remake on the screen.
And you're just like...
Yeah, so, I don't know. I hope, but it probably will. It's probably going to get, like, super overhyped.
Yeah.
But it's really not that good.
Yeah.
So...
It's really funny. I don't know. That game is everybody's like baby love and joy. Not everybody's. It's like there are certain people.
Yeah.
Everybody's like that. Everybody has a favorite. If you like the series, everybody has a favorite Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
Everybody has a favorite Final Fantasy game that, I mean, even if, some people will be like, and your favorite is going to be a million other people's like, that's the shittiest game in the series.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like, what would you say is probably, like, as far as just the general public, what would you say that they probably think the worst Final Fantasy game ever is? Worst
Final Fantasy game ever. This is hard. It's a toss-up between 10-2 and 13.
Okay, alright.
It's a toss-up because, like, 12 is there as well, that people don't really like 12. There are a few people, though, that absolutely fucking love 12, right? And then you have hardcore fans that really only played 7, 8, and 9 really intensely. Like, they may have played 1 through 6 at some point, but 7, 8, and 9, you have people that love and worship 7 and fucking will tell you how horrible 8 is. And then you have people in the same breath that are like, no, 8's the fucking best. 7 was bullshit. And then you have people, too, I don't get this, that loved 9. I fucking, what? 9? Seriously? I just was like, ugh.
One of the guys from Smosh Games, his favorite is 3.
Yeah. Some people just like, I mean, like, I played through the first one, and it was so... I just couldn't do it. Okay. But it was because I was, when that game came out, I was like, probably, you know, like, still in single digits, you know, so at that point I couldn't go back and really enjoy it for what it was, you know.
I think I was exposed to that stuff so early. I guess I got lucky.
Yeah.
Because I was reading Stephen King and like playing Final Fantasy VII at the same time. Like I had problems.
Yeah.
I never played a Final Fantasy game.
Did you play Legends of Dragoon?
Yes.
Yeah. See, there you go. Yes. That's why. Yeah. If you love Legends of Dragoon, like I guess I still like Final Fantasy, but Legends of Dragoon is just the weirdest piece of shit game that is amazing.
Yeah. That's exactly how I felt about it. I got to the point where you go something about his father, like you're up in some cloudish looking area.
Okay, yeah.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, I know.
The nostalgia is real.
It's on the last disc. If that tells you anything. Yeah.
Oh my god, there's so many.
And it was in the middle of a dialogue with a character, and my game just stopped, and I was like,
what?
And so I took it out, looked at it, it was fine. Put it back in, and it didn't load. Nothing happened. It just.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like.
Crying.
Oh my god.
I was in like so despair.
You never got a chance to beat the game?
No.
Oh my god.
I was in despair for like weeks, where I was just like.
Do you remember what your playtime was when it stopped?
120 hours.
Probably. The game that I put the most hours into that I remember would be Radiata Stories. Yeah. I put 180 something hours into that.
Insane.
In a summer. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so Taylor, what's your actual favorite Final Fantasy game then?
Okay. This is embarrassing. But the one that I have played the most and enjoyed the most because of the combat system was 10-2.
Okay.
I know that it gets a lot of flack because of the story being ridiculous. You can beat that game with having literally like 40% of the progression, 40%. But the way that the dress spheres worked, grids and things, I loved it because I love to grind, and that it had such a reward to it when you would sit there and you would grind and you would get these new abilities and new ways to like pair up your people, and like you can use these fucking ridiculous, like the Lady Luck dress sphere is one of my favorites just because it's not really good, but it's fun to fucking play, you know, like and so that's what I liked because you know you had so much variety in what you could do. The game didn't limit you in that way. I went and played 10 after I played 10-2. Actually, went backwards, and I fucked up the sphere grid so bad my first time. I don't know how I did it, but it was like I ended up leveling Lulu and Yuna's and Waka and Titus's. It was like they all got like fucked up somehow, and I ended up getting to right before Seymour like takes Yuna and they're gonna get married, right? And they're on the airship and they're trying to after home blows up, trying to get there, and that dragon shows up, right? And I played that shit. I played that boss fucking 300 times, but I hadn't leveled Waka hardly at all, you know?
No.
So I had almost no ranged attacks. So I literally, I shit you not, I got it to where I could get this fucker down to like 10 hit points. 10. And then done. One shot. It was just done. Like, I couldn't beat it. It sucked. I had to restart the whole fucking thing. But that was like the thing that coming from 10-2 backwards to 10, when everybody's really on a set path, you don't really have a lot of control. I didn't like it as much because it was like, man, I like 10-2 better, where I can, you know, you can be whatever the fuck I want her to be, you know?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you had to be like a really good explorer in order to make the 10 dress sphere grid, like or just the sphere grid at that
Yeah.
point, to make it more customizable.
Right.
Because eventually you would find spheres that'll actually let you jump the map.
Yeah, I had obviously found those and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, what?
So like you could be doing like Titus's line, and then as soon as you get too close to like, I don't know, Riku or something,
Yeah.
and you don't want him to be a thief too.
Yeah.
You don't want him gaining agility. You just like send him over to Orin's.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that I don't know. That's my absolute favorite.
I was gonna say my favorites are 10 and 10-2.
Yeah, I
So
love
I
it.
hold strong. There is. Here's the thing. People give 10-2 so much flack. There is nothing wrong with fan service.
I don't think there is either.
It is a fan fiction game, and it is fan service.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just I have heard and read that the absolute premise of that game was.
Spoken truly from a fan.
Yeah.
No, fan service served me.
Shit, where's it at?
Well, I mean, like,
Fill
I
my
think
plate, bitches.
people, what he said, the creator of the game, or like the person who did the story,
Yeah.
something, said that what he thought people wanted most was to see Yuna and Titus together. Like, that's why that whole game came out, was because it was like, and I think that that's not wrong, you know,
No.
like...
you had to still fucking earn the end of that game.
Yeah,
like,
no.
If you want to see...
You have to 100... I still can't do it!
Oh, no!
Fuck! Like, I can't. I'm on,
So
like,
did
my
you-
second New Game Plus playthrough. I'm gonna have to go
So
through
did
again.
you have to, like, Google the end of the game?
No, I mean, like, I know how it ends or whatever. I've seen
Right.
it on, like, YouTube or
Okay,
whatever.
so yeah,
but
yeah.
I haven't gotten it myself, and so I have an emptiness in my soul.
You do.
I have played
You
through
def-
that game, no shit, 4 times, and I still can't fucking do it.
Yeah, because those were my summer activities. Like, literally, I played 10 one summer.
Because don't you have to beat the Vita Infinitum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I can't do.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so fucking hard, dude. You get to like level like 60, and then those shits just start one-shotting you.
Yeah.
Like, it's no joke. It's
Right,
hard.
right.
That game is not easy.
I think I might have attempted it once, but I think that was like on another really hard game, so I just learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I actually didn't try to attempt to beat 10-2 until I literally had 100% on everybody's
Exactly.
spheres.
Yeah, you have to. Like, you have to. Yeah, you have to be like level
everybody
99.
was a warrior.
Yeah, exactly. That's everyone to just fucking do. Like,
Everybody
everyone's
did-
a death knight.
Everybody, I triple stacked armor breaks and magic breaks and
Because that's like really you have to have the right sphere grids, you have to have the right dress spheres, the right party combination, and then you have to have the right fucking accessories on too. Like, if you can get the fucking invincible dress sphere, some catnip, some ribbons or whatever, where if you have a good gunner with the invincible dress sphere and the catnip, right?
Yeah.
You can
This
just
is all
fucking
gibberish.
you can just fucking trigger happy 99,000 over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
it breaks the damage. Like,
Total gibberish. None of this is words.
get the
to
fuck
me.
over yourself, alright?
I love it.
You know
Let's go.
what? This is how I feel when you talk about magic, okay?
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway, no, but you can just trigger happy and just do massive amounts of
I
damage.
did love trigger happy. That was a good move.
There you go. That's just how you have to do it. But it's there's so many little things
Yeah.
that. There's so many opportunities for strategies and things like that. Like, you could literally spend thousands of hours in that game just figuring shit out, trying different stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know. Again, going back to the fact that people gave that game so much flack, and it's fan service, and then it worked both ways because girls loved it because girls were fucking all about that cutesy shit when they were 12. So they loved.
That's right. That game did come out when I was 12. I saw a commercial
Yeah.
for it and I went, "Mom, this shit right now. I need it."
So it's you wanted to be like Yuna or Riku, and then the
Nobody
other
wanted to be Pain.
Nobody wanted. Well, Pain, they all wanted Pain to be like the Duff. Pain was the Duff.
Oh my God. Can I interject a stupid story right here that may not be really funny to anybody but me?
Well, hang on, let me finish.
Go ahead, go. Thank you.
Okay, so girls liked it for that, and so the cheesy storyline was great for girls.
Yeah, definitely.
And then for me, I didn't care how cheesy it was.
Yeah.
I just thought all three of them were super hot.
That's what matters.
So, I didn't care. Literally, the cutscenes, I wouldn't listen to them. It was my first experience of
Turn the sound off.
Yeah, it was my first experience of being able to tune a girl out. So it gives
So it trained you.
Yeah, it trained you to be in a
To
relationship.
be a bad.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous.
But I didn't care. Like, I just wanted to see them dancing around. I wanted to see, like, like, dressed up in her song sphere and, like, the
fucking that songstress sphere, one of my least favorites, but you do end up using it a lot.
And then my favorite thing about 10 was in the Comlands.
Yeah.
Just sticking Lulu in my party at all times. And always giving her, like, the overkill so that she always did her finishing move, and then she'd, like, lean over and, like, show her boobs and everything. And they're, like, super jiggly. I wanted her to win every single round. I just watched that for hours. Hours! You see my playtime on there, and it's like, wait, Final Fantasy games don't take this long.
I know.
How do you put 400 hours into this?
I wanted to.
Because Lulu's boobs are great! Okay,
I never wanted to win.
Go ahead. And then
no, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you don't? Well, this is gonna be... Why don't you close it out with it?
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. That's gay.
Oh my god.
No, the story is literally when. Feel free to cut this out too. We can fucking.
See, that's better. What. If it's not that good, we'll just go to 120 instead of 115.
I was playing this game at one point with a dude in the room with me. We're hanging out, right? And it's at the end of when that dumb concert that fucking Yuna gives. Right?
Oh yeah.
Where she's like, that was the place. So like fucking intense and sad, right?
Tuned it out, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is seriously
I was like,
bullshit.
she can dance so good. I love it.
I love it.
Keep shaking it.
But like, then like she falls like to her fucking knees at the end of it. Like she's so fucking emotional, right? And fucking goddamn Pain and Riku like run up to her, right? And Pain just like comes up and touches her shoulder. This dude that I was with like came up behind me as this was happening and just like put his hand on me and was just like, it's okay, Yuna. I feel pain too. Like, that's literally what happened.
Oh my god.
I told you.
No, it's not a bad story. It's the worst pun ever.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Yeah.
Did you punch him in the dick after
I
that?
didn't. I laughed. Because it was so stupid. But it was so dumb because, like, that's literally Pain's fucking personality. It's just like, I'm in pain. I have so much pain.
Yeah, it's her name.
My name is Pain. Fucking...
That's how she works. She's emo. She's super emo.
That's all she is.
But she's taller than everybody else, and she has a big sword.
Hey, girl.
And perfect square Enix fashion, she has a huge sword.
Beautiful.
It's fine. Although her sword wasn't... It was a little sexist because her sword wasn't as big as Orin's, even though she was the same class as he was.
Well, she was technically a warrior, and Orin was samurai. When they get the samurai spear, her sword is huge. It's gigantic.
Okay,
it's
I was gonna say, like... Orin's a samurai?
Mm-hmm. Because he has the Bushido moves. Do you remember?
That's true.
Encyclopedic knowledge.
And then in the samurai dress sphere, that's the special. It's like, attack items. Down there is Bushido. Whereas, like, with the Dark Knights, it's arcane. Like, come on.
No, yeah. I believe you. I like stuff like that. I always try to make sure to make people realize that I don't actually know anything about it.
Oh, I
just
know everything.
enjoy the shit out of it. But yeah.
I told you I play it way too much. I could talk, no, not that or whatever. I could just literally like talk about the different designs for each girl or whatever and weigh the pros and cons of that. I'm still waiting for somebody in the world to come to me that's just like, I love Tenchu too. Who do you think looks like the best Dark Knight? Like, and then
Let's
just
talk
fucking
about it
right now.
I mean, no, but
I mean, no.
You I'm sorry if I made you swallow that, like, all that smoke. I'm so sorry.
It's crying. It's okay.
Oh, so
sorry.
good. Let's
I'm
talk
so
about it.
sorry.
Like, really? No.
Not right now.
Shit.
Just it's a private conversation that people
Can
literally
people
do
sleep?
not want to hear about.
I think they do. Come on, guys. I'm just kidding.
Then we will do an entire 10-2 podcast just for those people.
Oh man.
Hey, we should do that. Do you still have?
Still have.
Do you have a way to play 10-2?
Yeah, my PS3 is fully backward compatible.
Yeah.
You have 10-2?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We should do a podcast where we literally just do like playing it.
Then we should do that.
We can either
Fuck it right now. I'm just kidding.
Do you want to do should we do a podcast where we're playing it, or should we actually try to capture the game like on the screen?
We could try to. I have no idea how to do that though.
You could
Absolutely
do
none.
You could do a screen capture with the
Fraps.
face and picture.
Oh, okay.
Like you could do that.
Are we gonna? We have face cam.
Yeah.
Hey, if we can think about setting it up, we can do.
We can do it.
We could do that. We won't do like Let's Play. We won't be like Let's Players from now on. We'll literally just play 10-2.
Yeah, no, just 10-2.
Yeah.
Or any other game eventually, maybe
and then,
one day
like, we'll play through it, and then we'll beat it, and then we'll be like, see, this was a good game. Fuck you.
This was good. You enjoyed it. Shut the fuck up.
You know you had a good time.
Although anyone who disagreed would have like stopped watching.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine.
Yeah, so you're right.
Well, then I'll just say at the very beginning, like, if you literally cannot stand us watching us play this, just dislike it. That's fine.
No,
at least we know.
don't you dare dislike it. You stay right there and you watch the whole fucking thing.
Even if you like this video, just dislike it.
We're clockwork oranging you right the fuck now. So fuck down.
Oh.
Eyes open.
Reels.
No.
Alright, well, you think that's about a good chunk of time there?
Yeah.
Hour and 16 minutes.
You know.
Feel pretty good about that.
Hopefully no one gouged their eyes out. Well, because that wouldn't help you at all. That's really dumb. You
then you're
fucking
blind. You
moron.
can't turn it off. Like, oh, I can't find the mouse. It's even
No,
worse.
I can't stop it. No.
I feel like people will appreciate this more just because, like, they don't have to stare at my face the whole time. Because I'm really awkward doing, like, a whole podcast because there are highs and lows. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes there's points where I was doing the Supercast with Aaron, and I just kind of catch myself just, like, looking at the camera, just like, hey, how you guys doing? Aaron, you want to talk about Star Wars? And meanwhile, he's been like super chill. Like he's got his cap on, and like I was like, you gotta take your baseball cap off because with our lighting, like it just create this shadow on his face. I was like, this is gonna look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, it's fine.
No, dude, it's good. I got it.
And meanwhile, I'm just like fidgety over there on the side, so this is way better because I can just like...
Yeah, I couldn't do that shit where we were being recorded, because, I mean, like, again, you did just sit with me for 2 hours while we were being recorded, and if you can see, you will look through it eventually, and you'll just be like, oh my god, this bitch is so stupid.
I did actually notice something while we were recording it. That if you watch us, if you watch this on the viewfinder, we slowly like gravitated out of frame.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to like put an apology on there, like sorry if you actually can't see us in the end. Because neither of us actually wanted to be on the camera.
We were like trying to get away from it actually. At one point while we were reading the goddamn fucking like fan fiction, I just full on jumped.
Yeah.
Out of the frame.
Jumped
I was
out
just
of
like,
the camera.
Fuck it. And then you were like, you have another line. And I was like, no, I'm good down here.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna take me so long to pick through that.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, I say it'll take me a long time. It's going to take a day. It's just gotta be a day where I just sit and do it. Which I'm really bad about.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good with, like, doing 2 hours here and then 3 hours here. But, like, if I had to have an 8-hour session of editing in a day, I'd pull my hair out.
The thing is that I could only do that shit if I was still on Adderall. Like, honestly, it's the only way I could do that shit.
Yeah.
And then it would be the most fascinating thing ever.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah. By the way, it's actually why I came over here to do the podcast.
Shit. No speed in this house, sorry.
No.
Well, on that note.
This has been the Supercast.
Yeah, I don't actually have an official sign off for podcasts.
Hope you had fun hanging with me. We had fun hanging with you.
It's been a Supercast.
Yeah. Oh! I see what you did there! I see what you did there!
Do you feel pain?
Oh.
Nobody laughed at that.
Oh.
What?
Do you feel pain?
I feel pain.
Do you feel pain? I
It's
feel
okay.
pain too.
It's okay.
Sorry, that joke was visual.
That's
Missed out on that.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, well.
Okay.
That was productive.
Yeah.
Feel good about that.
Manny, we love you.
The only viewer.
One viewer for me. Other people may view for you. So, sorry. Thank you, Ryan's fans, but also Manny. Thank you.
I have this. It's weird. I have the 11 subscribers, but I don't think that anybody actually watches them.
Hello, 11 subscribers. If you ever stumble upon this,
May or may not show
like
up.
7.
Yeah.
one of them's a bot for sure. I think 3 others maybe.
Keeps on trying to get me to buy his book with sunglasses. It's not gonna happen.
Alright guys, well thank you for listening to the Supercast, and I'm sure these two will be back on very soon, and we'll be doing more Supercasts more often, so you can look forward to that. So, thank you, and we will see you later.
Bye. Don't talk to cam girls. It's a trap.